All right, we're back here. TK with us. We're going to dive into the conversations because there's a lot to talk about. But I had to tell KC this because if I don't tell him now, I'm gonna forget. I had been struggling with what to wear to first night in Vegas. Got a Vegas trip coming up.
When are you going to Vegas?
A week from this Friday.
No effing way.
Oh,
you lit. Out there?
It's lit.
Yes, bro. Yes,
it's lit.
Bro. It's up, bro. It's up.
Stop playing. Are you really out
there? Up, bro. It's up.
I'm out there the 30th, 31st, and the 1st.
It's up. We out here. Yes.
It's lit.
Oh, that's what's up. What are you going out there for?
Meta's flying me there, and me and Angel McCoughtry, former #1 overall pick.
Oh, I know Angel.
So for the listeners, and to this UFC Apex event, which is this private UFC 700 people in the octagon area. Every seat's like a front row seat, and they want us to kind of like document what it's like using the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, using all the stuff, and like showcasing meeting the fighters. It's 2 women headlining the fight. I don't know which women it is. And so they're sending me and her there, VIP. They're having cameras follow us. That's the reason that the friend told me it was $4,000 to do an hour is because Angel's going to come on, let her shoot. And had dinner actually with Angel last night. God, she's the best. We were fast.
She's hilarious.
She's hilarious, bro. Hilarious. The queen of the side. Just like, she can like, she'll look at you like, did you just see what they just said? We had this waiter who was like kind of trying to mansplain, like gay mansplain LA, like the Italian menu for her. And she was not feeling it. And she was like, this dude over here, I think he's out. And I was like, no, we're going to turn him. And eventually he was like, because he was super proper, with every bit of it. And eventually he was like, don't get it twisted. We got to help our girl Angel out here with some extra water. So he really came out of his shell. I was calling him E at the end instead of Eric. So anyway, we're going out there and we're going to be literally in Vegas that night. So we're going to go to catch. We got to link up. Like we got to.
Oh, bet. Yeah.
Yes, this is happening.
Oh, this Vegas trip keeps getting better. I get there that Friday morning, so just like
that's the 30th, right? That's when I think I go. That's when I think I go to.
Okay, yeah. So the trip keeps getting better. It's way up. So what I was tell you because I figured you'd love this is I had been struggling with what the first night outfit was, and I got it.
What
first
is it?
time I'm going blazer, no shirt.
Ooh, that's how you gotta do it.
I tried it this morning. The cut's pretty deep.
Yeah,
it's
as
pretty
it should
deep.
be.
I'm gonna have to do about 1,000 push-ups a night for the next week and a half. But the cut's pretty deep, and I'm like, this is the look right here.
That's the move. We in Las
This
Vegas
the look for
man.
Janet Jackson.
We in Vegas too. That's how we got to do it.
What?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes.
So how long are you there for?
I'm in and out, like maybe a night or two.
Oh, okay.
But I may extend it. You never know. We'll see.
Well, we got Janet Friday. We got Kendrick and SZA on Saturday.
Oh man.
And okay.
That's what dating Damien's like. Just like you just get treated like a princess, like an ivory princess.
I'm telling you,
that's my girl. That's my queen. That's my queen. Yo, we was talking women's basketball. You're talking Angel McCoughtry. The W got started since the last time we talked. Did you get a chance to? I watched a little bit of Paige Becker's last night. It was the only game. I think it was literally the only thing I cared about that was on last night, unless I was going to turn on baseball.
That's pretty dope for the NBA to step out of the way too. I like that now that the WNBA season, we're starting to not be up against the first round where there's games every other day. You have some breathing room for the WNBA to have their own space.
Were you surprised by that Vegas ass whooping that happened over the weekend?
I think they're going to take a step back. I really do. I don't know what's going on with them, but even last year they had chemistry issues. I didn't really know what was going on. Even Becky Hammon, the head coach, was saying like they're just not really, they don't have the fire under them the same way, And it felt like because they had won the title and they had been so dominant multiple years in a row that they didn't have that same cohesiveness, that same work ethic. You have players also getting older. and dealing with injuries. Chelsea Gray is getting older. Jewel Lloyd is getting older, and I like Jewel Lloyd a lot. You have multiple players off the team that were key role players. So yeah, I'm not surprised. And I think if they do become like a top tier team, it's going to take some time. You have a different point guard scorer. So everything's different. And you lost Kate Martin. You lost Alicia Gray. You lost a lot, right? So yeah, I'm not shocked. I'm actually not shocked that the Storm, I think the Storm will be probably a team in transition as well, despite the fact that Skylar Diggins says that this is the most talented roster she's ever been on. I think the Mercury are going to be really, really good. They're going to be really good. This is a team that is kind of stacked, despite how clearly toxic this organization is with some of the recent news that came out about.
Oh my God. Did you see that this morning?
Wow.
Josh Bartlestein or whatever Bartlestein it was and MAGA
That was
Barbie.
crazy.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
That was all right, man. Damn.
Well, you learn a lot. So you boy, a lawsuit come out that you don't have nothing to do with the lawsuit. Something gonna happen.
That was, I was like, all right.
They spill the business for no reason other than to make that lawsuit get in the news. If Sophie Cunningham's not alleged in that lawsuit as sleeping or having an affair with the CEO of the Suns, do we care at all about some guy named Cornelius Caldwell or whatever his name was? Probably Cornelius Craig. Probably not.
I didn't even know that was going down until
just yesterday.
Got involved.
I tried to tell you guys though. Back to the W. The Mystics are gonna be, and I know they haven't played anyone yet. They played the Dream and they played the Sun. So, but they don't have Aaliyah back, and she's coming soon. And Leah Edwards. And they've got Kiki Iriofin, who is playing like a double-double machine. 17 points, 14 rebounds, multiple blocks. You've got Sonia Citron, who's been playing really well. They've got pieces, right? So I think the way that they're going to play is super fast. They're playing that like Steve Nash, Mike D'Antoni, shoot the rock in 8 seconds under the shot clock. They're going to make everybody run up and down. Like I said, probably Stephanie Dolson's going to lose like 35 pounds. It's like that offense is going to be her Manjaro, her Ozempic. So that's just what it's going to be. But what they're doing is scoring a lot of points, right? 90, 95 points. And you haven't seen that team break the 90s last year until September outside of overtimes. So I really like what the Mystics are doing pretty much in every way. And also Brittany Sykes is playing awesome. She's been awesome.
They got the Valkyries tomorrow.
Oh, that's
they're taking them to Pound Town. That's going to be the Valkyries are the goofiest expansion team I've ever seen.
It's wild. The average age of 39 on that team.
I told Angel last night you could play for the Valkyries tomorrow.
Max, you absolutely could.
They bring on Tulane. Come on.
Get buckets too.
Yeah.
Bro, real quick about the Aces too. Shout out to my girls. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough way to start the season, but I think they'll be all right. But this is like this run. This is like what 5-6 years. Like it's about time. Like you're on the back end of this run, and you got somebody like the Liberty, and I think the Sparks are actually going to be pretty good with Kelsey out there, and when Cameron comes back, and my girl Rakia as well. You got teams that are ready.
And Erica Hamby, who's playing. I think she really got in shape from playing in Unrivaled. That's the reason, guys. This is the reason you watch Unrivaled, is so that you know who's up next in the W, because you're seeing players develop, get in shape, figure out their game before your very, very eyes. And then you fast forward till May, and you're like, well, that's not a surprise. Erica Hamby really got like a tune-up season. Especially considering that she's come off of multiple births. Like she's been injured, quote unquote injured, due to the fact that she's been pregnant twice.
And what's the point guard? I like the point guard too. What's my point guard's name? For Sparks.
Oh, there's a couple.
The lefty.
Ari McDonald. She's a lefty.
I'll figure it out. But I like what I saw from. I mean, they were playing the Valkyries.
Real?
I like their game when I saw.
No, you're not talking about
Odyssey Sims is who I'm thinking.
Yeah, Odyssey Sims. Yeah.
So I think they're going to be better than people give them credit for. But I say all that to say, the Aces are on the tail end of their 5-year run. Like, yeah, there's going to be some slippage.
Well, and you talk about the Liberty. You talk about the Lynx. The Lynx, I think, are
the Lynx are poised.
They're poised. They should have won it
to make it happen this year.
I was at Game 5 of the finals last year, and they got utterly screwed multiple times down the stretch by the refs. There was just like some real suspect, and it happened down to the wire, and it was like they didn't really foul Stewie to send her to the line, and then the way that unfolded was sort of disastrous and enough to make you so pissed that you are a buzzsaw for the next season. So I think the Minnesota Lynx should be the favorite, and they are the favorite. But you look at the Liberty, Phoebich, this chick from overseas, was a rookie last year and was a main contributor of what they did in their title run. She hasn't even come back to the roster yet. And then you add in, multiple players, and especially considering you're like, all right, you've got Tasha Cloud, who they took for 2 first-round picks, the 7th pick in this draft and the 2026 first-round draft pick, and she comes in and seamlessly gives you 22 points, buckets after buckets. But not just is she giving you buckets, she's also had multiple steals. She was a rebounding machine. She was whipping the ball around, and most of that production was in the second half. So I think she's probably the biggest. You talk about how crazy the free agency was and how many big time players got moved. You got KP moving, you got Drew Lloyd moving, you got all the girls that went to the Phoenix Mercury moving, BG goes to the Dream, all this stuff happens. I think Tasha Cloud could be the piece that helps the Liberty be able to say, okay, we can repeat, or at least be right in the mix for that.
I didn't even realize she was there until I was watching the game. I said, I was telling them, they got Natasha Cloud? How'd that happen? Investigation.
Well, remember, the Mystics were offloading pieces. And the Mercury were offloading pieces. And they let go of Tasha and Sophie Cunningham all at once. And then the Sun were offloading pieces because Tasha goes from Phoenix to Connecticut, and you knew Tasha wasn't going to stay in Connecticut. That team effing sucks. They're terrible. They're just like a nightmare zone. There's no wonder they're selling that team. No one wants to play for them. Marina Mabry's in Siberia.
A horrible place to be.
Siberia, too. Like, she just wants out. They won't trade her. No one knows what's going on.
That's terrible.
And they've just disintegrated overnight. So Tasha Cloud doesn't even spend a minute in Connecticut. Connecticut takes the 7th overall pick this year. It takes Liberty's next year's first, which will probably be 12th. And they get a Nisa Morrow with it, who I think will not ever produce at any level. She's just like 6 feet power forward, which I don't know what you're going to do there. She can't dribble the ball at all. I saw her up close. She puts the ball on the ground. It's curtains for you. So yeah, name her Buddy. I really was like, this girl is Buddy Hield, just like what Jimmy Butler was saying. I bet you Flaugier is like, yo, do not put the ball on the ground. Right. Do not on the floor. If you're in the paint, go up. Do not dribble and do anything with the ball. She's a mess, but she's a beast, but she's the best. So yeah, they found a way to steal her, basically.
The WNBA season is getting underway. The NBA season is winding down. The conference finals get underway tonight. Woo! Is there a particular NBA finals you would like to see more than the other?
Minnesota and Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Teams that have never had a ring. Someone gets their first ring. Huh?
The Knicks are almost there.
Feels like the Knicks have never had a ring.
Feels like the Knicks are there, doesn't it? Team that's never gotten a ring. So I don't think that's what I'm going to get. I think we'll probably get OKC, Indiana. We've been saying this week after week after week. Indiana is super tough. They can out tough almost anyone. And I think that even includes the Knicks. Knicks obviously have been super clutch down the stretch with Jalen Brunson. But, man, I don't know if you can say how far Tyrese Halliburton has been behind Jalen Brunson in the playoffs in terms of getting last-second buckets.
Talking about.
He's been considerably behind him, but he's had some clutch moments.
He's been considerably behind him.
He hasn't had the volume of points, but he's had the moments.
He's had some
yes,
for sure.
He hasn't had the volume of points, but also, let's be honest, there's no real shot creator on the Knicks besides Jalen Brunson.
No. It's I mean, depending on how you feel about Cat, but it's really Jalen Brunson.
That's so you have to go to him.
Yeah.
Indiana's got Pascal Siakam. He can be the shot creator. That's what makes them so dangerous, is you don't know when those moments. Andrew Nembhard is a great shot creator. Mm-hmm. He would go to the Knicks right now and be much better than, I think, Deuce McBride. So yeah, I think if Tyrese Halliburton needed to do what Jalen Brunson did, I don't know if he would, but I don't know that he would be like 3 notches behind. He's had those, oh my God. The intentional missed free throw off the front rim to the rebound to the jab step back 3 for the win.
That was a moment.
That was a moment that I might never forget that.
That was a playoff, historic playoff moment right there. Shout out Tyrese, man. He's playing well. I think the Knicks are going to win the championship. I think we look at and Trysta, you tapped in, like you look at it beyond the surface stuff. So I think you probably saw some chinks in the armor. But ever since they beat the hell out of the Mavs last year, it was, Boston just gonna do this again. They loaded, they ready to go. Even when Cleveland was winning the number 1 seed and having the best record, Boston gets to the playoffs, they're gonna handle business. And we all looked at them as the best team in basketball, even outside of OKC and all this other stuff. And the Knicks just beat them. I know Tatum was gone, to close that series out, and that may have pushed things over the edge. But they were basically up 3-1 already. They just beat the Celtics, the best team in basketball, I believe. They're playing the best, maybe them in Indiana playing the best basketball right now in the NBA.
Yeah,
and I think New York got everything you need, man. I think they've got the primary scorer, they've got the secondary guy in Cat, they've got switchable pieces all around the perimeter. They're tough. We're now here in the final 2 series. You don't need a 9-man rotation. You need about 7, maybe 8 guys that you can trust, and we're gonna ride this thing to the championship. I think they're gonna win it.
What's interesting is when you were talking about that just now, Kenny, is I looked at the preseason odds. And I was like, I wonder what the preseason odds were for the Knicks to win the whole thing. And they had the second worst odds.
Really? I thought it was higher.
It was Boston plus 300, Knicks plus 725, Nuggets plus 750. You guys are going to trip out. Minnesota plus 850, Oklahoma City Thunder plus 900. That's pretty damn good.
What was Indiana?
Indiana was 50-1. 50-1. The team that just went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah. They said, we don't believe.
I believed in Indiana this year. I didn't believe in that run last year. And now, like last year, I didn't think there was any chance they beat Boston. Obviously, they're not playing Boston now. They're playing New York. But this is a significantly, in my mind, TK, this is a significantly better version of the Indiana Pacers than played last year.
Yeah, the versions that we're getting from them are better, right? I think you've got just a significant uptick in development from role players. You've got Ben Mathurin, who you can't really delegitimize. He wasn't playing in the last year's playoffs because of injury. That helps you a lot. That one guy that can be your microwave helps a lot. But if as a bettor, you say, okay, this is a team that just went to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think probably you say the same thing, like Ben Mathurin will be back as long as, injury luck continues to be in their favor. And you say, okay, well, 50-1, even if they just get back to the Eastern Conference Finals, I can hedge and take the other team. And now you're getting some of the money back to lock in profit. So that's kind of like how smart bettors, not me because I'm not that smart of a bettor, but that's how smart bettors would have played it, right? Is they would take the Knicks now. They would put a bunch of money on the Knicks to win the championship. If they lose and the Pacers go to the finals, then you double back and take the Thunder and try to lock in. Say you put $1,000 on the Pacers to win it all. You can lock in $10,000 to $15,000 with the profit if they're in the Eastern Conference Finals, which is, I mean, they kind of cruised to this point. Cruised.
Go New York, go New York, go.
Is Shea ever getting the MVP, or did they just decide, nah, not this year?
They just sat down with the.
They're looking for a marquee moment for Shea, and he, despite scoring 34 on average per game, he has the quietest scoring I've ever seen. I thought he had taken a downtick in production, and I was checking in on his production now, and I was like, oh, he's actually 4 points per game better than he was in the regular season. But it doesn't felt like that. And thank God for Jalen Williams. He had that game because he was people were ready to trade him.
Yeah.
You'd be like, okay, he can't be our secondary scorer. This guy went 2 for 17 from 3. We got to get this guy up out of there.
See, I thought J-Dub, I still don't think he's going to eventually, when you're the best version of the Thunder, I don't think he's going to be the second guy. I think it's
no. Did you see Stephen A. Smith? I love pointing these things out. It was probably a Freudian slip, but he was like, I've got the Thunder because I think Jamal Williams is going to have a big game. I said, sir, that man played for the Detroit Lions, for the New Orleans Saints.
Yes, I get emotional about this. I'm about to cry, ain't it?
It happens. It happens.
It does.
Do you think he knows his name?
I think he knows.
Okay.
I called Les Miles yesterday Les Snead. Les Snead. I was like, who is up like this? He of the Rams.
I called Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I called him N'Keal Harry. Said, man, Timberwolves going to be crazy with N'Keal Harry hooping out there. My bad.
I told you the story about N'Keal Harry, right?
No.
So he gets drafted by the Patriots, right? I heard this from the horse's, not the horse's mouth, but like the horse's right-hand man's mouth. So N'Keal Harry gets drafted to the Patriots. And Tom Brady says, all right, let's go out and throw the ball around. Meet me at this park. He brings like his guy, like his like main executive assistant or whatever it is, this dude. And N'Keal is running routes or whatever. They toss the ball around for like 15 minutes. It was supposed to be like an hour-long workout just to kind of gel, have that quarterback wide receiver connection start to be built in the offseason. Tom like looks at his phone. He's like, I gotta go. Something came up. Sorry about that. Nothing came up. That's how bad N'Keal Harry was. He hopped in the car, talked to his friend, the guy that was working for him. He goes, I will never throw that guy the ball. He will never get the ball.
The workout. No, we're not going to work out, bro. Just it's cool.
We don't need to work out. I'm never throwing you the ball, ever. No matter if you're wide open on a slant. No one's around. Zone. Nope, you're not getting the ball.
Damn. He was going supposed to be the dude out of Arizona State.
You could be standing in the end zone by yourself. I'm not throwing you the ball.
I'm throwing it in the double.
Never give. And he told the coaches, I'm never giving this guy the ball. So he never played. He like barely played.
The ball out of bounds.
Crazy. Yes.
Take a sack.
That's how your career gets destroyed by Tom Brady hating your guts.
Oh, that's tough.
Boy, oh boy.
And by the way, do you know who wanted to go there? Who they had the opportunity to pick that they did not pick? I heard it actually from the horse's mouth. I interviewed him and he told me, I thought I was going to be a Patriot. It was my dream to be a Patriot. And probably if this moment happens, they never lose Tom Brady. Who is it?
I can't remember the draft. I'm trying to, because N'Keal Harry and it was
what year was
else.
it? It was the same year as the N'Keal Harry draft?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not gonna think of it.
AJ Brown.
Damn.
Oh,
That's a rough one.
Woman,
That's
AJ
tough.
is crazy.
Yeah,
AJ
that is
Brown
tough.
crying because he couldn't be a Patriot. They draft N'Keal Harry, not even into the offseason, and he says to his coaching staff and to his friend, I'm never throwing him the ball. Dead. Sliding glass door moment.
Yeah.
That is tough. Appreciate you, TK. We're
you in Vegas. You gotta help me. I need a fit. I need to be UFC ready.
Oh, you don't need no help from me. I saw you. I don't know what you were wearing yesterday, but it was like a royal blue color. That was fire.
Was it fire? I got that from the
a
little Nike employee store. Like a little sneaky. They had some sneaky like dress clothes in there.
Oh, I was gonna say that didn't look like no Nike stuff.
Yeah, it was like.
Oh, that was he.
Thanks.
Yeah, you did that. And you are a marvelous accessorizer. Like you can take
accessory queen.
You could take an outfit that's like, oh, this is a solid 6.5, 7, and make it a 10 with the right accessories. I feel like your accessories just get built around the outfit.
It does. Because you feel like you can kind of dress them up and dress them down.
Yeah.
I don't really like to be super dressed up. I feel like whatever the way that my energy is, or maybe I'm just not like comfortable having like a ton of skin. So I kind of like to just let the jewels talk for me instead of the girls talk for me and the gams talk for me.
Well, you've had the girls out on the morning.
It's really hot. They gotta breathe.
Well, it's gonna be hot in Vegas.
We'll see. What's the weather about to be?
I think we're approaching 100 in Vegas. I think.
Oh man, yeah, it's 90 there right now, boy. Yeah. Where you guys stand? Tell me offline. Oh, Venetian.
It doesn't matter. I always talk about it. That's my spot.
That's your spot. I have no idea where I'm staying. I just got an email today saying that they set my stuff up. So we'll definitely.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you next Tuesday for sure. But I'm super hyped. I already sent the text. TK gonna be there. It's up.
Yeah. Once you told me you were going to Vegas, I was like, I know it's the same day. I know it. If he's planning an outfit, it's right around the corner.
Yep. That's fine.
Yeah, let's go.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
All right. Trysta Krick live.